And we should be live. Here we go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to the second episode of Sportscard MBA. I am one of your three hosts, Les Alex. I am joined by Matt from PSA Collector and on the Hot Box out on their review channels. But this is a live broadcasted podcast, and you can check us out on basically all the podcast apps now. We're getting there. Anchor's doing its thing and distributing us to all the podcast apps. But yeah, today we're going to be talking some basketball. We're going to be talking some Mark Mcguire, Sami Sosa documentary, baseball season standing still, and soccer's back. And then we got some low-hanging fruit, as always, as well as buy, sell, hold, and our picks for the week. If you guys enjoy what you see and what you hear, check out our Patreon. We'll have links to that in the show notes below. You can check that out if you want to get little perks, support us, support our content. Check out our Patreon. Again, links in the description below. But guys, intro up.
Oh, we're breaking up a little bit here, huh?
What?
Come on, Alex, get it. add some more gas to that computer of yours.
I think Alex is frozen.
Alex is frozen. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to go ahead and hit the chats up. We got Toa in the house. What's going on, Toa? Central Valley Cards. BF Golf. What's going on? The Card Investor 2020. Rude Alva. What's going on, Rude Alva? Hey, guys. Preston Warrior. Aaron Salen. Lots of guys in here hanging out with us today. Greg Porter. Vintage and graded. Better rack up on Will Wilson while they're cheap. Will Wilson. Ryan, what's going on, Ryan Manitoken? Alex, you back?
Am I back? I don't know. Am I?
Yep. You look good to me.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Is that a warrior hat? Warrior hat from Mario Brothers you're wearing? I've always meant to ask you that.
No, it's a brand called Raised by Wolves.
Oh, it looks like Wario. You guys were talking about the hat he wears.
With the blue W, yeah, but all right. So yeah, you guys want to get into the timeline of the NBA playoffs? They finally released it just yesterday, so pretty hyped about it. Yeah, so looks like on June 21st, all players are going to be reporting, and then June 30th, training camps are going to start. July 7th, they're going to be traveling to Orlando. And then on July 30th, the beginning of the season is going to be restarted. And then the tournament starts the 15th and 16th. And then round one of the postseason starts on the 17th. And then we got the draft lottery on the 25th.
And what do you say? The 25th NBA, and then on August 31st, beginning of round two of postseason. September 15th is the beginning of the conference finals. September 30th is beginning of the NBA finals, and then October 12th is game 7 of the NBA finals, if necessary. So very exciting stuff for basketball coming up, guys. Get your cards now. Get them dirt cheap. It's specifically, I think, the rookie cards that are going to be in the playoff teams. Borys, what do you think are some good options for the rookie cards in the playoff teams?
Yeah, I mean, we lost Alex. Yeah, we're just wanted to say, like, there have been like a little bit of pushback on some of from the players. I think the big thing is NBA is gonna get done. Like, yeah, I don't foresee it not happening. I think that they're gonna get it done. Like, out of every, part of me thinks that it's still very skeptical about baseball currently. But I think basketball is going to get done. I mean, there are a couple of people, obviously Kyrie has kind of talked about about him. They had an organizational meeting last Friday, I believe, and roughly about 80 players. And they met and just talked about kind of the concerns for re-meeting, and also about, like, families and how that whole entire bubble, as they say, will look. I think we're still going to get it done. There is some concerns, but I think the NBA is really good at addressing player concerns, and a lot of them just want to play. It's not like baseball where, it's like, well, you guys do it for this, and they're like, no, we're not going to do it for this. So, that's been kind of the go around. But I think in general, the NBA players, they want to play. There's been a lot of news coming out. As far as that goes. But yeah, it looks like their families and stuff like that won't be really coming in until in August. So after families won't be allowed into the bubble until I think August 14th, kind of in the tournament. Have you guys heard anything on that?
Yeah. So, for baseball, I know that they've been going back and forth basically this entire month, right? They had a 100-game proposal, and that was no good for the players. And then they came back and with no 50-50 share. And the most recent one was 72-game season starting July 14th with 70% prorated salaries. And then once the playoffs started, kick up to 80% prorated salaries. So I don't think the players are going to accept it, because what it seems like from an outsider standpoint is the MLB franchises, the owners, are not willing to really give up any more money. They're just kind of doing this trick where, oh, hey, we'll give you this percentage with this amount of games, but it always ends up being about the same amount of money. And the players obviously want as much money as they possibly can get. Who can blame them? But yeah, I mean, it's just for baseball. I know, Borys, you said you're really skeptical. We've got some people in chat saying they're not too convinced whether, thinking that baseball is going to come back, but it's looking rough. I just hope they can do it, because they're going to lose so many casual fans if they don't. And they had an opportunity to be the first league back, the first sports teams to be back. And here we are in the 12th hour, basically. And, we've got hockey coming back, soccer's back. The MLS is coming back later this month. All these leagues are figuring out, and baseball, as usual, stuck in the Stone Ages, cannot figure it out.
So I'm excited about basketball, and I think you guys are as well. And that's primarily the cards that we're picking up, and football, a little bit of football as well, because obviously, buying baseball, if you wait a little bit longer, you can get some good deals. It's just your return on investment won't be very quick. Selling is not the time to sell. It's the time to hold on baseball cards, or buy if that's all you want to do is baseball cards. Yeah, dude. I suggest waiting a little bit and seeing what the market does, because I think it's going to take a dip just because it's all up in the air as far as when baseball is going to start again. Basketball cards, that's what we're focusing on. Like I said in my recent video, top 10 basketball cards to buy now. You guys got to think outside the box. Now is a good time to buy. And if you guess right, you can sell if the player does good in the 6 games prior to the playoffs. I know there's a bunch of games that they're going to play. It's like a regular season almost. It's starting again, and then they're going to go to the playoffs. So if you buy low right now on a bunch of players, rookies or veterans, then and sell, then huge profit to be made. And also, football is months away, so now's the time to buy on football cards, because we all know what happens when football starts. The cards go up. So we kind of covered the news. Alex, you seem like you're back. You want to finish off where you left off? I covered you on the rest of the basketball schedule, Game 7 of the NBA Finals, if necessary.
Yeah.
And then we have the.
Did we talk about the ESPN doc yet?
Yeah. No, not yet. We haven't talked about that really. That's the next topic, is the ESPN documentary on the Mark Mcguire and Sami Sosa home run chase.
Yeah. So that actually comes out tomorrow at 8 p.m. my time, Central. So we were talking this about before the show. People obviously, hype is real, right? All all these guys, including limited Sami, Sosa, Mcguire, and is it able to buy him now? No, we're not. Sell tomorrow. Tomorrow night is when the thing comes out. You should not be buying into the FOMO. You should be selling into the FOMO. So if you haven't yet bought, I would just steer clear of these steroid era guys.
Yeah.
What do you guys' take on that?
Same. I agree. Now's the time to sell those cards, not buy Sammy Sosa and Mark Mcguire. A lot of guys have been asking me, are Mark Mcguire cards and Sammy Sosa cards a good investment right now? In my opinion, the time to buy those cards were months ago, not now. It's the time to sell those cards, because after this documentary is released, the hype's going to go down. The values are going to go down. Mark Mcguire and Sammy Sosa, I don't think are going to make it to the Hall of Fame. They don't really. I mean, they have great collectability, because a lot of collectors are between the age of like 30 and 45 right now, and they grew up watching Mark Mcguire and Sammy Sosa, so they're childhood fans, and that's about the only value I think that those cards have. And if you do want to get the cards, go for the shorter prints, the Topps Tiffany and the OPC. Stay away from the base Topps cards. As you guys know, that's the junk wax era stuff, massively overprinted. So go for the OPC and the Topps Tiffany, or stuff like the Fleer Glossy, even, or Score Glossy, maybe even some refractors too. But like I said, the prices have gone up on those cards. The time to buy is over with. It's now time to sell. Just like the Michael Jordan cards, the time to buy those cards was way before the documentary, and then sell when the doc was being released, and then after release, because I think the cards have gone down a little tiny bit. However, they're not going to plummet. They're going to maintain and increase steadily over the next couple of years, or the remainder of his until the next big thing happens, which who knows what that is. So
yeah, I agree. I think the time to pick those cards up, if you were going to try and make any kind of profit, is come and gone. So don't get stuck holding the bag, as I like to say. So look for deals, and if you want those cards, I mean, it's tough. It's not like you said, it's not like Jordan. And I mean, Jordan is, a GOAT in every single way. So, I mean, the hype around buying his cards, it made more sense. So
even buying high too, even buying Michael Jordan cards when they were high, because they're only going to get higher. Buying Mcguire cards and Sammy Sosa high, it's not the peak is not going to get any higher, I think.
Baseball's not basketball. Baseball probably will never be basketball again.
No, basketball has just taken over the market, which blows my mind, because it was like third. It used to be baseball was primarily the biggest sports card market, and then football, and then basketball, and then hockey, and then soccer, and the rest. Now it's basketball. It's number one, and it's going to be very hard to knock basketball off the throne for many years to come. So I know a bunch of us, everybody's getting into basketball. Guys tell me, man, I used to collect baseball. I've been watching a lot of your videos. You got me into basketball, essentially. So
yeah,
it's awesome to see that people are getting excited about basketball.
I think that we will see a bit of a surge in soccer cards. I know that Americans aren't very fond of soccer, and that's fine, but the soccer renaissance is coming, I think, and got some cards here for whenever we do mail day. I'm really excited. On my channel, I've been talking about soccer cards pretty often, and I think that you need to be picking up some of the big hitters in soccer. I think if there's any sport to dethrone basketball, it will be soccer. And I know that, again, Americans probably don't want to hear that, but
you're right.
Cristiano Ronaldo has the most, and I found this out, Cristiano Ronaldo has the most Instagram followers of anyone on Instagram, period.
Wow.
Yeah. Like more than Kim Kardashian and, all the like nonsense people out there. He has the most on Instagram, period. So
That's crazy.
Soccer cards are coming. You guys want to be ahead of the curve. Trust me.
Some of them are already pretty expensive.
Yeah, no, Twins. I see you there. Yeah, but it's going to be we're not late. We're not late. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, guys, that's the news. We covered most of it, I think. What do you think, Alex?
Yeah. Just that I was just going to mention soccer's finally back. Serie A played yesterday.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
In their semifinals, so they're going to another Coppa Italia final, and then MLS is returning on the 8th with 26 teams broken up into 4 different groups, kind of like the World Cup. I think there's going to be like 56 games total. So exciting stuff.
Cool.
But yeah, that's about all I got for news.
Let's move on to the buy, hold, and sell.
Yeah,
and we want to know what you guys are doing in the as well, as far as what are you buying, what are you holding, and what are you selling right now. I guess I can kick it off. Right now, obviously, I'm buying basketball rookie cards or veteran cards of players that are going to perform well in the upcoming games. Also, players that aren't as well, like players that aren't going to be in the NBA playoffs or the finals or whatever, because those cards could see a dip. So now's the time to pick those up, such as Trae Young. So I've been looking a lot into Trae Young again. I'm back. I hopped off the Trae Young bandwagon, but I'm back on it because I saw how cheap his cards are, his rookie cards and his second-year cards, the hollows and the super short prints. That's what I'm talking, guys. Pick those up now. I think Trae Young still has a lot of basketball to play and a lot more stats to throw up on the board. Luka, Shea, and Pascal Siakam. Those are my buys. Hold on selling all baseball cards just across the board, even like the Barry Bonds, the Ken Griffey Jr. Don't sell any of those. I still see a lot of upside to those cards. And then sell, except for the Sami Sosa, Mark Mcguire, just because of the documentary. The hype's there, the peak there. So I know I just contradicted myself, but sell the Sami Sosa, Mark Mcguire after the documentary comes out and has been released, which is tomorrow, Sunday, 8 p.m. Central Time. So those are my buy, holds, and sells. Let's pass it on to you, Alex.
Yeah, so I am buying soccer cards. Who would have thunk it? Now I've got Messi, Ronaldo, and Mbappe. Those 3 guys specifically are who I'm targeting right now. I think we are only the tip of the iceberg on how crazy soccer can and, in my opinion, will get. I'm holding, now this is going to sound weird, but I'm actually holding basketball cards until the playoffs start. Why? Because I feel like I have my investments, I have my picks, I have all the cards that I want, and I'm just going to kind of wait until we have the playoffs and see kind of how crazy the prices really get. I've had a lot of offers on stuff, and I just cannot seem to pull the trigger on a sale on eBay and on Facebook just because I don't know, man. I think the prices are going to go pretty nutty.
I'm excited to see.
And then selling, actually, I bought several weeks ago some Colin Kaepernicks, and I've been selling those like crazy. And that's basically the only guy I've been selling. But he's been good profit here the last couple weeks. So
cool. You said Colin Kaepernick?
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yeah, his prices have quadrupled.
Yes, I would sell now too as well.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I don't think he's a major investment for the future. That's for sure.
I'm not sure who would buy his cards.
I just saw what was happening in the world, and I figured, these are like literally $10. So, and I've sold several for $40 already. So,
yeah, I mean, I just don't think he'll ever be a starter again, ever. I mean, like beyond like
matter though.
And it doesn't have anything to no. I mean, if you're capitalizing on it, you're capitalizing on it. It's just like he's just like beyond what happened with the taking a knee and all that stuff and what happened in I think it was 2017, right? 2016, one of those.
I believe.
But beyond that, he just wasn't playing good football.
Right.
He just wasn't. Like, I mean, he could maybe go and be a backup somewhere, possibly. I mean, but he just definitely definitely will not be a starter again. So
Yeah, not
where I stand on it. Are you breaking up again?
Yeah. What about you, Boris? What cards are you focusing on right now as far as?
Yeah. So for me, majorly, over the past couple of weeks, I've really been focusing on specifically. I've been picking up De'Aaron Fox PSA 9s. I think there's going to be. I'm sorry. Can you guys hear that dog in the background?
Yeah.
Very, very, very subtly. Not bad.
Dude, I have the worst neighbor dog in the world. It's a hound dog, and it just never stops. So De'Aaron Fox, I think, will have some upside potentially when they start playing again, just because of who he just how he plays. I mean, he's obviously the centerpiece for the Kings. Like I said, I don't foresee them moving into the playoffs. But that's still not going to stop him from having some outstanding games. And for people to be just you got all eyes focused on basketball, in my opinion, is what's going to happen. And, they're just, he's going to have some great games where you're just going to be able to see his electrifying playing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the ones I've been targeting. I've been looking really good. I've been looking really a lot at Kawhi hoops rookie cards.
Oh, interesting.
Just kind of gauging. Here's my thing on Kawhi. Look where Giannis cards are selling his hoops, and where I just think there's some profits. That there's still a little bit of profit to be made with Kawhi. So I've been kind of sneakily looking at that stuff.
Nice.
And Kawhi is definitely, if I can find a good deal on some hoops, I'm picking those up. And there were a lot of people talking about Triple J in the comments. I've definitely had videos on Triple J. I think he's a good pickup for sure. But yeah, Kawhi Leonard is one of the best players.
Wow.
And the Clippers. The Clippers are going to go far.
Oh yeah, for sure. A lot of guys were saying in my live stream or my video that they think that Clippers are going to win it all this year. A lot of guys are saying that. Sports analysts and just fans in general, they think the Clippers are going to crush it. So that's a definitely. Wow, he is a good pick, huh?
I mean, he is, man. I mean, the big thing is that he's just not like one of those people who stands out in the media. He's very quiet. He's kind of like a Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
But I mean, that just doesn't take away. I mean, at a certain point, if a player's just good and just keeps on, keeps on playing well, I mean, he's got to be a pickup, So
wow, he went 15th in the first round.
What's that?
He was a good pick. He was a good 15th round, 15th pick.
Right.
That was a steal.
Yeah. So those are my pickups that I've been looking at. He's just very quiet. I think that's why people are starting people are starting to notice him big time.
Gotcha. Yeah, for sure. I agree.
So for me, holds right now, the big holds is going to be like I said, baseball cards. I just don't think you're going to get the max profit out of them right now. And with everything being up in the air, there will be some players, just in general with hype just builds around them, and you'll see that happening here and there. But in general, I just don't think you're going to get the best price for your baseball cards right now. So I would hold those. And then selling, I've been kind of this is my thing, and I hope people will understand my meanings behind this stuff. But PSA 10s, if you have multiples, I mean, my thing is so if I had in my possession multiple PSA 10s of, I would say even Jayson Tatum, say, I would hold, one or two. If you have 3 or 4, and sell the other ones, use the money that you can get on a PSA 10, because right now they're at a premium. Could they go up? Yes. And that's why you keep 1 or 2 for insurance, insurance purposes. But you can take that money from a PSA 10 and go and invest in someone like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and buy like 3 Shai Gilgeous-Alexander 10s, for the price of, one Luka PSA 10 or something like that, and see like really big profits off of that when they start playing. And I'm not saying this is the ultimate scenario. What I'm saying is there's opportunities like this in the market. And then once you sell and you get that money back, then you can go back out and buy you a PSA 10 Luka or PSA 10 Jayson Tatum. And then you've just earned some money off of that money that you just had sitting there on your shelf. And that's kind of my my thought process behind the selling.
Yeah.
One thing, I guess we didn't really talk about this. I know we got a few more minutes in the buy sell hold, but we were talking about this just a minute ago, the Project 2020. And how a lot of them have kind of tanked.
Yeah.
I think that was due to people like selling them prematurely, and then it took forever for these to get out, right? I just got mine. Yeah. Yeah, I just got my JK5 Roberto Clemente.
Yeah.
And remember when we were looking at it, it was like it was up in $130 something.
Dude, the one I got was like 400, and they're like $40 now. So
right, exactly. I think what happened was eBay, people were kind of buying and then reposting before they even had the product, and then they were selling, and then it was just creating this train of like nobody has the product.
Yeah.
So how would that affect the price of the card?
Well, because eBay made people cancel the orders, basically. I got a notice from someone that I bought the same card you got, the Tyson Beck.
Yeah.
And they had to cancel the order. And they were like, yeah, eBay's making me cancel. They've kind of put me on probation, have made me cancel like all my orders. And so I think that's in general how that happened. It was like, people buying and selling it without actually having the product. And yeah, man, I've seen the Roberto Clementes, man. I've seen them going for like $10, man. I'm like, what? They were $140 like 2 weeks ago. And so the only one that haven't really tucked that plummet is like Ermsey.
Yeah, $10. It was 100. I just don't understand how that affects the price. Why would a card sell for 110 but then sell for $10?
Because everybody has the product now, so there's not a demand for it anymore.
Yeah.
So the ones that did get canceled, they're just trying to get their investment back at this point.
Wow. So the prices on the Topps Project 2020 cards are plummeting?
For 100%, man. Most of them aren't. I mean,
almost all of them. I think though, and here's just my 2 cents on it. Over time, the ones with the low, like under 10K, will be like good long-term or mid-term investments. Like that's just my thought, because as we get further away from the release date, these are going to start to dry up. People are going to, the actual true buyers, not the resellers, but the true buyers are going to have their cards. And then, the resellers or the people that were investing in them to flip are going to be less and less. And so the further we get away, I could see a scenario where the prices do start to see an upward trend of the ones that have a low pop report. What do you guys think?
Yeah, absolutely. In general.
Well, it's possible. I mean, like my JK5, let me see how I'm looking at the the population report on Topps right now. But that Tyson Beck that you had, that was the Bob Gibson, right?
Yeah. They were like 300 or 400, like pre-sale. Like people were posting them before they had them in hand.
Okay, so recent first auction. I typed in on eBay Topps Project 2020, and these are, wow, that trot went for $18.
Yeah, my JK5 Roberto Clemente, there's only 8,000
cards. This one has a low print run, doesn't it? It's one of the first ones. $26.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, they've all tanked, basically across the board, except for that Ermsey Trout.
Oh yeah, the one with where he's like
the crazy looking, yeah.
The George Brett, the Keith Shore. Oh, there's a gold. That's one, isn't it? For $11. Aren't these golds one of ones? The gold borders?
Yeah, those are I believe so. That or the artist.
They only did number to 20, didn't they?
Oh, maybe. Well,
yeah, I don't know what exactly is going on. Like I said, the JK5 that I have, the Roberto Clemente's, under 10,000, so it's 8,518. Those are selling for like.
Oh, this one right here. This
$10.
Tyson Beck, Bob Gibson. Yeah, dude, I remember you guys talking about this. It was worth like what?
It was like 140 at the time, or at least.
Yeah, no, it was the day it came out. They were selling for like $300-400.
Yeah.
Or like the day after or whatever. Yeah.
$30 it sold
I
for.
do think though, like the further we get away, those fans of those actual artists are going to want to pick them up. So I think slowly but surely the prices will go back up on the ones with low print runs over time. It's going to be a long pickup, like a long haul. But
dang, look at this. 47 bids, $365 on May 27. $365.
Yeah. And now look at it.
And then new or ended recently.
$30. $24.
Wait, was that number to 20, that other one, or was that a regular?
I know the regular ones were selling for like 300. So
I think that was a regular one.
It's nuts, right? I saw that and I was like, I couldn't believe it, man.
Yeah.
It dropped so hard.
It has a 6,700 print run too, so short print almost, right?
Yeah, no, that's among one of the shortest prints.
355. Can you imagine if you paid that much money for this card? Man,
Yeah, right. You might have got your money back. Like I said, they made them cancel. A ton.
Wow, dude, that's crazy. I didn't even know this was happening.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
23, 29, 18.
I just wanted to bring that up before we moved on.
That's a huge loss. So there you go, guys. That's your answers. Top project 20.
Yeah, someone keeps talking about Fox. Just to address that, Fox has already been going up. So I think he's a good buy. For like I said, you don't want to be stuck holding the bag though. So get ready for the playoffs and or not the playoffs. Get ready for NBA play and what that looks like and when to drop them. So cool.
Yeah.
We doing a mail day now? Mail day.
Yeah.
You want to pop it off, Alex?
Sure. Yeah. So I got some stuff right here. I have obviously the Project 2020. I got the and again, guys, I'm a Cardinals fan. I bought this with no expectation of flipping it. And then I saw the price. I was like, okay, well, maybe I might just flip it. But I wanted to have it in hand before I sold it because I didn't want to have to go through what all these jabronis went through.
Yeah.
So I ended up not selling any of them. I bought 2 of them. So I might do it for a giveaway, or I might even give it to one of my buddies who's a big Bob Gibson fan. So still perfectly A-okay with having those. But mail day, we got Baker Mayfield, select rookie. We've got the Baker Mayfield rated rookie optic. I'm a Browns fan, so. And then we just got like a gang of Cristiano Ronaldo optics here in his new Juventus kit. So got like 4 of those. I got more on the way too. And then
What year is that?
That is, what is it? 2018, 2019.
Is that a rookie card or a base?
No, it's just a base, but it's his first card. It's his first card in his new team's uniform. So
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
we have Lionel Messi. Can't go wrong. One of the GOATs. Him and Ronaldo are GOATs. And then Vinicius Jr., highly touted. He's like 19 years old. He's going to be a stud. And then the America's best player. This is a select Christian Pulisic. He's basically America's best player. And yeah, I'm just really excited on soccer right now. I've got more on the way, and that's the mailbag today for me.
I'm gonna start looking into soccer eventually. Borys, do you have anything on your mail day?
I was prepared, man. I had them right here next to me and everything.
Yeah. You know, are you okay? Yeah, I'll go. Again, I've been picking up some 9s of the De'Aaron Fox. What sucks, man, is I had a 10 and I sold it a little too early. So I still made profit off of it, but I sold it. I think I picked it up for like $60, a PSA 10. I think they're selling for like 150 right now, 150 to $200. So I've been picking up the PSA 9s as well, just for initial little profits as well. These are, I think I picked this up for, I want to say $40, 40 to $50. Obviously, my project 2020 JK5 came in. These are pretty cool, though. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not like
There you go.
upset that I have it. It has some Star Wars theme into it.
We have Boba Fett mask he's wearing.
Yeah, you got the guy he's wearing the mask, and then the boat itself has a what do you call it, Darth Vader helmet on in there as well. So that's kind of cool. And yeah, Roberto Clemente. And then just got in some NBA hoops, Jayson Tatum. A little disappointed with how this one it has a little corner to it, but yeah, little ding.
That's the worst.
But I only paid like $15 for it, so
Yikes! I remember those were cheap.
They were really cheap before. They're not cheap anymore.
I can't believe the increase in those cards.
Yeah, and then I also have some Luka Doncic second year Prism.
Nice.
Prism.
Yes, and they're very well centered. Digging these cards. I think like I'm kind of just stacking up. I saw your 200 mail day or 200 cards that you sent out yesterday. I was like, oh my god, I need that in my life. Got some great cards in there, bro.
Yeah, I've been sitting on those for a while. Those Lucas.
Yeah, that's my pickups. So
nice. I've been so Shea Young Select Concourse. I got 2 of those. Nice. Dirt cheap, guys. Oh, I got a blue as well. Dirt cheap. I can't remember how much I paid for this. It was under 40.
really?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's $2.99. And then this is part of my buy now stuff. The Spectra guys, the Panini Spectra cards. This is serial number out of 49. Look how cool that card is. Okay, so a lot of guys are just overlooking the Spectra product, and in my opinion, it's got the most flash out of any product, Panini product. These cards. I even picked up his out of 99. I paid $20. Buy it now. The Shea Gilgeous-Alexander card. $20 I paid for the serial number out of 99. I think there's huge upside to the Spectra brand, both football and basketball. I don't think baseball has a Spectra Panini. I'm not sure, but it definitely basketball does. Also, Donovan Mitchell, PSA 9 yellow. Man, I got a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to show it all. Okay, I got a Pascal Siakam.
We got time, bro. Go for it.
Pascal Siakam Select. I bought this whole lot for $20. And it has his premier rookie card in there, which is I think selling for like 30 to 40 right now. So Pascal Siakam, Shea Gilgeous, Donovan Mitchell, and then this 87 Topps Tiffany Barry Bonds PSA 7. I paid $40 for this, which the Barry Bonds Topps Tiffany cards are just the price they're at right now is so insane. I'm kicking myself for not buying more. Even the Topps PSA 10s, the base Topps Barry Bonds rookie cards, huge. They've spiked and gone up. So I'm not buying those anymore. If I see raw and ungraded, I might put in an offer and try to snipe them. But I've got a bunch of them, so I'm just going to sit on them and wait for the Barry Bonds. I know a lot of you guys out there are cursing at me right now for even mentioning his name, but that's cool. I like Barry Bonds, and I think his cards have huge potential, especially if he gets anywhere near the Hall of Fame induction, which they've gone up. The voting has gone up small each year. Him and Roger Clemens, they're kind of like neck and neck. I think the deadline is 2022 for Barry Bonds, but
that's
all my mail videos. I got a Barry Bonds card.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Barry Bonds, man.
I'm on the Barry. Yeah, it's just something I just do. It's kind of like an addiction to Barry Bonds cards.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has their player that they like. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
And I don't even know why. Like, I remember as a kid, I was like Ken Griffey Jr., Mark Mcguire, even like Jose Canseco. I was never really big on Barry Bonds when I was a kid. As much as I am Griffey, was Griffey and Mcguire and Sosa.
Right.
Which is weird how
you got anything coming in the mail, or is that everything?
Man, I got a ton of cards still back there, and I gotta go to the mailbox and get a bunch of cards now. Yeah, I got a ton. I'm gonna do a low hanging fruit video, guys. If you're not following me, I'm doing on my Patreon. I'm doing 7 days in advance, 5 and then 4 days, and then 2 days for different tiers. So go follow me on Patreon. My personal PSA collector. Also, guys, we have a Sportscard MBA Patreon page. We have certain perks and benefits for those of you guys out there that want it. I'll put a link in the comments below. I'm just trying to offer more. People are asking, and we're just providing. That's all there is to it. So go check out our Patreon. Alex, he has one, personal one, and Borys, he has one as well, the Hobby Box. Our Patreon pages, guys. Go check them out. We're doing cool things. On my Patreon, I'm even doing a 1 hour Zoom call every month if you guys want that. It's like $25. I talk to you for 1 hour. I'll do a Zoom call with you. I thought that was cool to offer people. I know I get asked a lot. People want to do that. I look at their collection and go over what I think is valuable and what I think they should submit. All kinds of things, guys. Go check that out. Borys and Alex, you guys also offer certain perks and benefits on your Patreons as well. Like your Alex, I think you do like your picks of the week, your cards that you're buying. Borys, I'm not sure what you're doing. You guys can go over that a little bit right now if you want on your Patreon. Alex, you're doing what? Like you say your pick of the week.
Yeah, picks of the week. So, and Borys, I know you have your podcast as well. I also have a solo podcast. We've all got our own things. It's pretty funny, but yeah, over on my Patreon is basically get my picks, help support me. That's the main thing. Patreon, obviously 100%. If you want to do it, that's fine. If not, we're all still doing the same content, that we normally would. We're not holding anything back. It's just, if you want to interact with us a little bit more and help support, the content. But yeah, and then I got a Discord and other stuff like that. So yeah, Borys.
Yeah. Mine is basically, I have a Discord community that I'm building up right now. So it's going to have, different topics, where you can also sell on the page. There's going to be RAS, auctions on it, breaks and things like that in the Discord. So that's available for people who are part of the Patreon. It's been, every week I do an extra episode for Patreon people, basically going over, what I've been investing in, price points and things like that. And the biggest thing is, early access to the episodes. And then for the most part, and yeah, it's like it's like the price of a cup of coffee for the month. And then, I also have a special for people who are content providers, or people that are starting up their YouTubes and stuff like that as well. Because I think I've done pretty good for my content. I mean, I'm almost 1,600 subscribers in less than 2 months. I thought that was pretty good. So I don't know. I mean, I have some advice.
Yeah, guys, for sure. A lot of time spent on our end looking up, watching the market, seeing what's hot, what's cold, doing research, doing news stuff. And we're just trying to offer some behind the scenes stuff for you guys that out there that want it. And mainly to help, like Alex said, to help support our channels and our pages. So let's move along, guys, to low hanging fruit. Alex, I'm going to let you start this one off because we boards don't really agree with you on it. But you know what? We all have our strategies, our opinions, and our approaches. So, what is your low hanging fruit?
All right. Y'all know who Vegas Dave is, right? Y'all know whenever he starts to even mutter a player's name, their cards spike. And recently, he made a video talking about David Carr. I think it doesn't matter. You could not ever look at his statistics. This card, I guarantee, will go up. I guarantee the Vegas Dave hype is real. They're $5. His Prism base raw are $5. Derek Carr. Don't say nothing about it.
Keep going, man. I want to hear.
You're talking about David Carr, right?
Huh?
You're talking about David Carr, right? Not his younger brother. The actual good quarterback.
No, the Vegas Raiders quarterback.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, it's fine. You don't have to get on the train.
Yo, I agree though. His cards are dirt cheap, and if this is their first year in Vegas,
Bring up his stats. Bring up his stats from last year. Tell me he's not like an adequate quarterback.
Okay.
And the thing too is Vegas is going to get an influx of so many new fans. That's something I think you guys are not really acknowledging. Like,
they do have a 6 stadium though, dude. That's like the stadium is. If I was in Vegas, I would definitely be a Derek Carr fan.
Dude, I'm big on football, and I just can't. I can't. If I see an opportunity, I might check it out. But
so he said 4,000 last year, 2 years, 4,000 yards, 19, 20 touchdowns, interceptions, 10, percentage 3.4, attempts, completions 70%. That's good. He's going up. Yeah, he's definitely improving. But like Borys was saying, I just can't. I'm not really a fan of Derek Carr. I never was. But Alex, your approach, and a lot of guys out there, is you don't have to be a fan of the player in order to.
I don't like him. I don't like him. He should have been
hype on this
car salesman, but.
Gotcha. Okay, so there you go, guys. Some Derek Carr cards. They're dirt cheap right now.
They're so cheap.
Pick them up now before he makes his first play. I would say actually pick some up now and then maybe sell them right before his first game. That way, when the hype's real, even higher. Exactly. Yeah, that's a good strategy. I definitely think that. Like I was talking about earlier, my low-hanging fruit, guys, across the board. Like, go look at your favorite player that you're collecting now. And go look at the Spectra, Panini Spectra cards. I'm telling you right now, they're dirt cheap. You guys want to focus on those super short print cards, the serial numbered cards with a known print run. Go check out the Spectra. Go check out the Luka, and I don't know if you're into Zion. Check out the Zion. If Ja Morant, those big time players, I guarantee you're going to be amazed at how cheap the Spectra cards are. So that's my low-hanging fruit right now. I'm not going to focus on anybody specific, just the brand of the Panini brand Spectra. Nobody's talking about it. I've been looking into them. I've been buying Spectra football. Like I bought a lot of Jared Goff, a lot of Drew Brees Spectra, like the low prints out of 35, out of like super short print cards that are just awesome. They're super flashy, and some are even die cuts. So. Football and basketball, Spectra brand, low-hanging fruit, big time. In the future, I think people are going to become more and more fans and pay more and more attention to them. And a lot of autographs, too. A lot of autographs are dirt cheap. I picked up that Trae Young Spectra Rising Stars, serial numbered out of 60. It was like 115. I don't know what it's worth now, but, a lot of cards out there, dirt cheap, guys. So Spectra, that's my low-hanging fruit.
Nice.
And Borys, you're not here on the board. Do you have a low-hanging fruit for the week?
Yeah. Do you guys know Vegas Dave?
I mean, I know his name, but I don't like watch him or know what he's known for. I know he's known for
been talking about Derek Carr. No, I'm joking.
Expensive like micro cards.
No. My low-hanging fruit right now, honestly, I think to me, I'm focusing on a lot of these Miami guys. In particular, Tyler Hero. Just picking up his cards have taken a dip because of he got injured in the season. I just really like him. Here's the deal. Going off of the hype stuff too. We're gonna have all eyes on basketball. This guy is like one of those guys that's, I can just see him making like this game-winning shot that's just like sick. And then the next day people flood to the market.
Yeah.
To buy Tyler Hero cards. I think ultimately, he's got a great shot. He shoots. He's got a great shot, basically. And I think his base prisms are selling for like $5 right now. I just really like Tyler Hero. I don't know why.
Interesting.
I just have liked him since he's entered into the league. I think he kind of fits with what Miami's doing. I think they're still trying to figure it all out as far as like with him out there, like where he fits in the team. But I think overall, yeah, man, I just like Tyler Hero as a low hanging fruit as a pickup.
Yeah, absolutely. His cards are pretty cheap for and he does have some hype. A lot of guys are asking me about him too. It's like, what do you think about Tyler Hero? And I just really haven't spent the time to I haven't really looked into him yet. But you're right. All it takes is one good game, and his cards can see a spike.
Well, he used to be a lot higher. Is the thing is like,
really?
Because there was a point in the season where Jimmy Butler was hurt, and Nunn and Hero were kind of those guys that were they were out there a lot, getting a lot of play time, and then he got hurt. But his cards were up there in value not too long ago. But yeah, I like him. I don't know why. I think, and so it's low hanging fruit, right? It's like, let's buy it for $5 and make, $10, So like, it's like that. It's like buy quantity and sell it.
For sure, dude. And that's my approach too. Look, I mean, there's a lot of low hanging fruit out there. It just blows my mind. So I also diversify. You maybe pick up a little of him and a little somebody else. At the price points, most of these basketball cards the non-Zions and the non-Lukas and Ja Morants and essentially those are the hot ticket items, but they're dirt cheap. Definitely. And if there's hype, which he has some hype, Tyler Hero does.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the thing is hype is just such a big factor. Even with like, I mean, I think in my opinion, like the clear cut rookie of the year this year, I think it's going to be Ja Morant. So why is Ja Morant's base Prism PSA 10s like $200 less than Zion? Like I get Zion, it's a lot of it is hype, and I just don't get it in some ways.
Yeah, Ja Morant's price has been going down over the last. Like it's weird. Every other card it seems has been going crazy, and Ja's has like steadily been losing value.
So that's what I've been waiting for, guys. I'm Tennessee. He's Memphis. I've been waiting because I was going to start buying Ja Morant when his cards came out, and I saw how high they were, and I was like, nope, I'm not doing it. I was expecting them to be cheap or lower, but this is an optic. $15. That doesn't seem too bad. Oh, that's based on Russ.
That's based on Russ.
Yeah. So I've been waiting for his cards to go down, and that's when I'm going to come in and start scooping some up. Because I like his play style. He's flashy. He's got some style. He's got some grace, and I think Ja Morant's, it is crazy to see that they're going down.
Well, I think the big thing too is like people were getting nervous about them being in the playoffs because of this whole setup. This was obviously the whole setup is people want to see Zion play, and so they got Zion playing. Yeah. That's why they didn't go straight to the. That's why they didn't go straight to the NBA playoffs, in my opinion.
They're getting most bang for the buck,
right? And they weren't even in 9th place, so it was like they couldn't even just say we're just going to take the 9 teams from both sides. No, they had to take like more from the West.
They figured out a way to, squeeze it in there.
So that's my stance on that. But so Tyler Hero is my low hanging fruit, man. I think you can pick up a lot of Tyler Hero. Let's say you get 10 rookie cards at $5 a piece. That's $50. And let's just say they go up to $10 during the next, even just $10. I mean, you've just made what? $50 there?
Yeah.
Sorry, if you picked up 10, yeah. Yeah. Did we just lose Alex again?
Dang. Yep. Okay, so let's move on to our picks, guys. Which we've kind of already covered this. Picks, our picks. So Alex, well, my pick is, I guess evidently it's the Shea SGA rookie cards. I've been buying a lot of SGA. Pascal, when they were cheap, they've gone up a little bit after that. The video I did, they were cheap before. Donovan Mitchell cards have gone up. It's past the point of no return for me. I would much rather buy dirt cheap, guys, like these hero cards. They're dirt cheap. Donovan Mitchell cards at one time were dirt cheap. Same with SGA. Same with Pascal Siakam. I like buying dirt cheap stuff, and once I get past a certain price point, then I'm out. I start looking for other players. But right now, I still think SGA cards are you can find some for reasonable prices, and maybe even some Pascal, but they're no longer dirt cheap. Donovan Mitchell, same thing. They're no longer dirt cheap. And I'm still doing my research. So what do you got, Borys? Do you have any picks, any particular players other than hero? I think we need to change our topics because low hanging fruit and picks. Like, where's Alex at? He's gonna.
Oh, I don't think picks are supposed to be in the low hanging fruits. It's just like your picks, like what you're targeting, what you think is. Because I mean, I'm not just going low hanging fruit for sure.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so Alex, go ahead. You're gonna we're on the topic, the picks. You got Bryce Harper rookies.
Yeah. So my pick is for this week is Bryce Harper rookie card. PSA 10, if you can afford it. Obviously, they're only $100. I know we were talking about earlier that baseball we should be holding and kind of just feeling out the market and seeing if the season actually fires or not, but Matt, you said this a little bit earlier. There are players where if you see a good deal, you got to jump on them. That's true with basically everything we're talking about, right? But Bryce Harper is a polarizing player. He's in my opinion, a generational talent. I know a lot of people do not like him at all, but I think that in some ways, like how polarizing he is a good thing for his hobby price. Like, you think about guys, and that's kind of like Kawhi Leonard. He's like just very good, obviously, but he's so meh in the media, like just doesn't have an opinion about anything. It's probably going to keep his prices lower than they potentially could be. Where flip side of that, you take it to baseball, Bryce Harper, very in the media, very much has an opinion about basically everything. He fights everybody. He punches his own teammates. He bat flips. Like he's a guy that is exciting, and he's a guy that, in my opinion, baseball needs exciting players. They are the least progressive North American sports league ever. Like basketball's obviously top, football's right there. NHL even is more progressive than the MLB, and the MLB needs people like Bryce Harper to be out there in the media, and his price I think is very underrated. You can get the raws of number 661 tops for right around $15 to $25. You can get the PSA 10s for $100, and he's already an MVP, guys. All he needs is a World Series, and you can call it a career. And I think he's well on his way to building a Hall of Fame career. I think that his stats, people want to talk about his batting average and his strikeout rate. His batting average going down, his strikeout rate going up, but he's going to be on that Phillies team basically forever, right? He signed like a 12-year deal or whatever. He's not going anywhere. That team is going to build around him too. So, and Phillies fans are crazy. They have a lot of fans.
Yeah.
So I think
he's got a 13-year deal, $330 million. So he's good. 2031.
Yeah, man. So he's locked in. He'll be in Philly forever. I'm excited about him. I actually like him a lot as a player too. It's just right now the baseball market's kind of stagnant and kind of, peaked. I think. I don't think we're going to see any crazy jumps until we get a resolution of whether the season's going to happen. So I'm all in on Bryce Harper. I've got some other of his lower end rookie cards as well. And I think though this one is probably the one, because there's one that is either a short print or something, but it's like the PSA 10 is like $1,000. Obviously I'm not going after that one. If you got it, I would suggest investing in it, but I like Bryce Harper a lot. So
Yeah, I've been buying his
that's
stuff.
my pick for the week.
It's baseball, but now's the time to buy baseball, I think, in the coming weeks, because I think the prices are going to dip. I've been picking up Bryce Harper and Mookie Betts, just low key every now and then.
Mookie.
Yeah, Mookie's great.
Yeah. I even started dabbling in some Cody Bellinger and Pete Alonso. Now these are players that I'm not familiar with. I'm more familiar with the older stuff, old baseball cards, the 90s and 70s and 80s, 80s and 90s specifically. But I've been dabbling in the newer stuff as well, and I definitely like Bryce Harper. I know a lot of young guys like him, a lot of younger kids like Bryce Harper, and those are the future collectors. So I say, why not? Especially since they're so cheap. For the most part, a lot of his cards are cheap. His first Bowman draft paper card, I've been buying the serial number cards, the blue and the orange. I like those cards though. The first chrome. Garrett Cole's another one I was buying as well. I've been picking up a bunch of his cards. In fact, I just got one of his cards.
Be careful though with those pitchers. I mean, Garrett Cole, I think, is a great pick because he's well on his way to becoming a Hall of Famer. But some of those, and this is for the listeners and stuff, pitchers. Oh, for sure. Pitchers are kind of rough in the hobby just because they're so injury prone. But yeah, I think Garrett Cole's a great pick. He was actually in one of my most recent videos. I got the Trevor Bauer and the Garrett Cole. Power. For $20, I got this. I won this at auction. I think these are awesome cards. These are like some of their first cards. Bowman card. Yeah, this is the first Bowman cards of Garrett Cole and Trevor Bauer for $20. I was like, yeah, that's a steal. I'm going to buy it. I like the cards, and that's why. I mean, I think they're going to go up in value as well because they're the first cards. Yeah. Borys, do you have a pick of the week?
I did.
Or
blank.
Did you talk? Or was that Tyler Hero?
No. Tyler Hero is not my pick of the week. Ja Morant. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Like I said, I think there's room to capitalize on. I have been seeing his prices have started to turn around again. But nice. But yeah, he's my dude. I like Ja Morant. I don't think there's no question that he's going to be announced Rookie of the Year, and I think when that happens, right there, we're going to see a little bit of a tick. And I've got silver. I've got silver of him, and I've got base, and so I'm going to be looking to sell those when that time comes up. Not all of them, but that's generally how I roll. Like I'll have like a bunch, and I will sell. I'll sell the majority of them, and I'll keep one for insurance purposes, just in case. Profit is profit, man. Like at the end of the day, if you're at 100% profit, like you can't be upset about that. Like you take that money and you put it in something else. I guess I approach things that way, and then I build my PC that way. I guess people don't really understand that. Maybe people don't do it like that. But I'll end up buying like a bunch of PSA 9s of a certain character, and then I'll sell. And then usually from that money, I'll take and buy PSA 10 of something else. Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely more of a. Initially, I was a long-term guy, so I was like, I'm buying these cards, I'm putting them in the box, and I'll come back to them in 20 years. However, since the market has evolved and adapted, I'm starting to think like, okay, if I can buy these cards now at $5 a piece and sell, in a month or two at $10 a piece, that's 50% or 100%. Right. And you think about those low hanging fruit stuff in quantities. It's the same thing as $1,000 card, buying it for $1,000 and selling it for $2,000. That's $1,000, 100%. So I don't have $1,000 to spend on one card. So I'm doing the small little chunks, the 5, the 10, the 20s, and expecting to sell for at least what I paid for it. So buy it for 20, sell it for 40 or 60 or 70. But the market's changing so much.
It's so hard to keep track of. I'll be scrolling on Instagram, and I'll see the prices of these cards, and I'll just be blown away. Like across the board, there's so many cards that are just sneaking up from behind me and growing up in the Valley, and like, dang it! It's like the 2003 basketball, the 2003 Topps Chrome Refractors, the Shaquille O'Neal. I did a video on this. I picked up a PSA 9. I won it at auction for 30. And in my video, I was looking at the Shaquille O'Neal X Fractors that are serial numbered out of like 221, and the other ones that were listed for 50. And I was like, I didn't buy them. However, they're now selling for like $250. The 2003 refractor cards. So it's so hard to keep track of what's going up, what's going down. So I just pinpoint and follow my gut. And I really don't have any picks of the week, but because I'm all over the place. You guys kind of know, watch my low-hanging fruit videos, watch my top 10 basketball videos, watch Les Alex. He does soccer cards, he does baseball cards, and the Hobby Box, Borys at the Hobby Box, their YouTube channels. Go subscribe to them if you haven't already, guys. We're busting out content. We're letting you know. Like I said, there's so much information out there, and we're kind of reporting it to you, all of us individually on our YouTube channels, and then we're doing a weekly podcast together, Sportscard MBA. Check us out on the Patreon if you want to, sign up to get additional perks and benefits, and then check us out individually on our own Patreon pages. We have our own, individual things that we're looking forward to doing with y'all, and engaging further. We're trying to keep this under an hour. I want to appreciate you guys. I thank you so much for hanging out with us and commenting. We get a lot of ideas from you guys, so I appreciate your comments and the insight that you guys give us. Check back with us next week. We're going to be doing this every week, guys, and hanging out and continuing to grow and get better at it. We're going to work on Alex's technical difficulties.
I'm gonna have to call Spectrum.
Yeah, we need to get. He's transporting in and out of the. We need to fix his transportation machine. You got to get that thing fixed. He's transporting too much. But thanks again, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Borys and Alex, you all want to say anything before we go, or just bounce it?
Take it easy, guys. Appreciate you guys.
Alex is already.
Oh, Alex is.
There he goes. All right, guys.
There he is.
Jeez.
All right.
I'm gonna have to call a charter. This is ridiculous. I'm hardwired. Everybody's talking shit about the Wi-Fi. It's like I'm hardwired in. I don't know what the hell to do.
He lives out in the woods, so he has bad receptions. Y'all have a good weekend. We'll see y'all next weekend. All right. See you guys.